Hi, my name is John Lobell, and I'm a professor of architecture at Pratt Institute in Brooklyn. I'm the author of the book Visionary Creativity: How New Worlds Are Born, and these are very brief excerpts from a lecture I gave recently called The Case for Technological Optimism. We are continually exposed to technological pessimism, environmental degradation, unemployment, invasion of privacy, but there's a lot of positive things technology has been bringing us, and I think we've lost sight of that, and I think we have a lot to look forward to in our immediate future. So apologies that this will not be very coherent. It's just a few excerpts from a complete lecture. You can find the lecture on YouTube by searching for John Lobell, Technological Optimism. And just a hint, what we're looking at here is a Xerox on a raw egg and a 3D printer. Little hints for our future. So we begin with the observation that predictions of our demise have failed. Quite famously, the population bomb from '68 by Paul Ehrlich. It opens with, "The battle to feed all of humanity is over. In the 1970s and 80s, hundreds of millions of people will starve to death in spite of any crash program embarked upon now." Well, of course, he was simply totally wrong. The death rate has radically declined since then. World population has more than doubled. Calorie consumption has increased. So what has actually happened? In the long history, affluence has grown exponentially since the emergence of humans. A book addressing that, Matt Ridley's The Rational Optimist, looks at a whole range of issues and suggests that it's specialization, trade, and sex between ideas that lead to this growth in affluence. Just one example, ancient Babylonians had to work 500,000 times as long for an hour of light as we do today. So let's look at the argument that we're moving from scarcity to abundance, and that move requires a new way of thinking. How so? Okay, on the left is a Colorado River. If you take water out of the river, there's less water for me. So that's scarcity. That's how humans have lived since the beginning, and it forms the way we think. On the right is Wikipedia. The more people who use Wikipedia, the better it becomes. That's abundance. And it's going to require a totally different way of thinking. So Ray Kurzweil likes to point out that we won't experience 100 years of progress in the 21st century in the next 100 years. It'll be more like 20,000 years of progress at today's rate. Examples: information abundance. Information is becoming abundant, meaning it's unlimited, it's free, and the more we use it, the cheaper it gets, which is, since it's already free, I'm not sure how that happens, but it's becoming even more abundant. The more people that use Wikipedia, the more people that contribute to it, the more it has to offer us. Compare that to a paper Encyclopedia Britannica. Books, movies, music can be free. Tens of thousands of out-of-copyright books are available. Information channels, so that the amount of information coming into our homes through a newspaper and twisted pair of phone wires in the 1930s would have been the equivalent, let's say, to a dripping faucet. And today, the amount of information coming through the laser fiber optics of our cable TV is the equivalent of maybe the Grand Coulee Dam has busted and it's coming in through our window. And it's all networked, tied together. And perhaps in the future, rather than assembling things, if you wanted to make an oak tree, you wouldn't nail sticks to a pole and glue leaves to the sticks. You'd sprinkle some rules on the ground, let the oak tree make itself. We may soon be making our cell phones that way, establishing the rules and letting them grow. And I like to end with this image on the left of a Xerox on a raw egg. I've been showing this to my students for over 40 years, and I would ask, why aren't we making our cars that way? We could just Xerox our cars. Well, now we are. And there's a toy 3D printer on the right, but they are also really big, expensive ones that can 3D print metal. Thank you.